and today is July the 3rd, 1988, on the occasion of our 4th of July picnic. Would you state your full name, Mother Newton?
Katherine Miller Newton.
Do you know what your first name means?
No, I think it's a French name. At least it uses the French spelling with a K.
Yes, right. And who were you named after?
I was named for my daddy's favorite niece, Kate Bowman.
Did you personally know her?
Oh, yes.
And what was she like?
She was a very dainty, pretty, intelligent, sweet little maiden.
Okay. Does your family name have a special meaning?
Well, my mother was a pollard, which means a tree with the top lopped out. Daddy's name is Miller, which means a grinder of grain.
Okay. When were you born?
February the 13th, 1907,
And where were you born?
at Whitegate, Virginia, in the USA.
That's the same place Joe was born, isn't it? Whitegate?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, he was born in Harrisburg,
Harrisburg at the
because I
hospital.
went to hospital for both of them.
Was your family name changed when your family came to this country? Do you know?
The spelling was changed.
Good.
Different members adopted different spelling.
What was the spelling originally?
I think it's German, and I think it was Muelleler.
Mueller, And then they
Right.
changed it to?
They shortened it to Miller.
Right. So it was German in its derivation?
Oh, yeah.
Who were the first family members that you know of to settle in this country?
The earliest record we have is of Jacob Miller, who settled in Pennsylvania. I don't know at what time, but he and his family migrated from Pennsylvania to Franklin County, Virginia, which is, let's see, would be southwest of Roanoke, I guess.
Right. Do you know what brought them here to this area?
No, I don't have any idea, unless they were just seeking an adventure and a better way of life.
I wonder if the search for religious freedom brought them to Pennsylvania in the
Possibly.
first place.
Could be possible.
Because they were brethren,
Mhm.
weren't they? Okay.
I don't recall the name of the place where they settled, where they lived in Pennsylvania, though, and I think James has it in his records.
Okay, good. Do you know any stories they might have told about what life was like for them before they came here? You probably don't, because that was way before your time. Do you know how he made his living?
He was a farmer, the first ones that we knew about. And
Great.
of course, Jacob Miller Sr., though,
Uh-huh.
was a part-time preacher.
I didn't know that. How about
He's
that?
the one that left Franklin and took his family, except his oldest son, who was married. He left him on the farm in Franklin, went to Ohio.
Oh, right, and started the Church of the Brethren there.
Yeah, in Miami, Ohio. And he's buried out there, and I guess the members of his family are.
Do you know when and where your grandparents were born?
Grandpa Miller was born right there at home.
And what was his name?
James Bain Miller.
James Bain Miller, also born at Whitegate.
In the old kitchen.
Ah, yes.
In
my
1828.
There we
1828.
go. Which was, what, 2 years after the building was built, because wasn't it built in 1826?
That's when great-grandpa Tobias married Betsy Bain. And she had my grandpa in 1828.
1828. Okay. Do you remember any stories your grandparents would tell you about where they came from or what life was like for them when they were younger?
No, because I wasn't old enough to understand it.
You're so young, right.
Grandmother died in 1913. I was 6, and Grandpa in 1914. Of course, I have vivid memories of how they looked, but I don't.
How did they look?
You saw Miller Richardson up there at Mountain Lake. And he's a spitting image of Grandpa Miller.
Is he? How about
My grandpa Grandma wasn't very pretty, but she was a
Aw.
fine woman.
Nice person.
Yeah, had a great character. So they had 8 children, 4 boys and 4 girls.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
Hmm.
Do you
And they
know?
all did very well.
Great.
None of them ever went to jail that I ever heard of.
Good. That's the first step. Stay out of jail. Do you know where they are buried, your grandparents?
Well, sure, they're buried over there at home.
At the Whitegate Cemetery.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. What were the full names of your own parents?
Mother's was Nancy Cushing Pollard, and Daddy's was Joseph Bain Miller.
When and where were they born and brought up?
Mother was born in Baltimore in 1871,
Good. Uh-huh.
and I don't know when Grandpa's birthday was. I mean, you mean
Your
my
own parents, your own
oh,
parents.
Daddy was born on July the 21st, 1874.
There you go. Wow. And so your mother was brought up in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? And your
No.
daddy on the farm there at Whitegate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What were your parents like?
They were a real sweet couple. And good and generous and loving and just ideal parents.
Great.
Caring, loving.
Thank goodness for good parents.
We were poor in monetary matters, but rich in happiness and love.
There you go. How did they make a living?
Daddy was postmaster and had a store and farmed. He had a tenant to run the farm. And Mother was a housewife, raised 4 of us.
4 children. Did you have many aunts or uncles? Okay, what were
On
their
both
names?
sides? Does it on Mother's side and Daddy's both?
Yeah.
Oh, gracious. Well, Mother had 2 sisters.
Now, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they both died long. Well, Aunt Eula died way back about 1901. And
What was
Aunt
her
Nell,
last name?
She married a Mr. Fisher.
Fisher.
She died just not long after they were married. And Aunt Nell married Dr. Jumper of Indiana.
Huh.
And she lived in Long Beach, California. And she died not long after the close of the First World War.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember anything about them? Did you ever meet
No,
them?
because, of course, Aunt Eula died before Mother was even married.
Oh, I see. Right.
Aunt Nell came and visited our home, but I was too little. I was just a baby. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course,
Excuse me.
Mother had 3 brothers, Uncle Tom and Uncle Bob and Uncle Ryland.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Daddy had 4 sisters and 3 brothers.
Mm-hmm. What do you remember about? Did you know? Tell me about Uncle Bob.
Oh, he was a catbird on wheels.
How was he a catbird?
Well, he was just real sweet and lovable. All the Pollards were so affectionate.
Ah,
They were very affectionate
nice.
and loyal
Uh-huh.
and generous.
Great. Uncle Bob was generous?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I never did get to know Uncle Tom very well.
Mm.
He came down once with Uncle Bob. Uncle Ryland was a sweet thing. Well, I say all the Pollards are very outgoing, effervescent, like that. Now, the Millers are more dignified and, reserved.
Mm-hmm.
But-
I think a lot of that is genetic. They've found lately that a lot of that is genetic, that it's not just environment.
Well, of course it's
It may have something to say about the way we are today,
Yeah.
the traits that those people had. Who were your favorite relatives and why?
Uncle Shannon's wife was one of my favorites. Aunt Alice, we just adored.
Oh, yes, I've heard of Aunt
She
Alice.
was so young and hard to the very end.
Now, Uncle Shannon,
He was Daddy's oldest brother.
okay, we didn't hear about your daddy's brothers, did we? We just heard about your mother's.
Let's
Daddy,
see,
your father's oldest brother.
Daddy had Uncle Shannon was the oldest. Then there was Uncle Jim and Uncle Will. Uncle Jim died early in life. He and Uncle Shannon used to own a general merchandise store in Bluefield
Oh, in Bluefield.
on Princeton Avenue, right across where the old passenger station.
Well, for goodness sakes, I never knew that.
And I saw a picture of the store. It was a great big old high building, looked sort of like a coal company store. And I don't know where, unless it was Aunt Alice's or Uncle Will's house. Miller Brothers. Big black letters across the top. It was a big old frame, two-story building. And Uncle Jim contracted typhoid fever and died.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So Uncle Shannon sold out. Of course, the store has been torn down years ago when they put up that building that Norfolk and Western finally bought for their offices. But it was directly across the street from where the old passenger station.
I see, right.
And Uncle Shannon came on home, and Grandpa owned a lot of land, and he divided it up, you know. He gave Uncle Will the farm there at Big Spring, they call it, where Jess Carr was born.
Oh,
And he gave Uncle Shannon the Hall place up there on the north of the mountain. And Uncle Sam Bain, who was Aunt Alice's father, owned the land down there where they built.
I see.
Where Aunt Alice lived, and Uncle Sam. And, of course, Daddy got the home place. Then he had to pay Aunt Grace and Aunt Sally their share in cash.
Pay back that amount. Did you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one brother and two sisters.
What were their names?
The older one was Ellen Josephine, and the younger one was Alice Cushing Miller.
And when were they born in relationship to you? You said that Josephine was older and Alice was younger.
Josephine was next to me, younger than I am.
Oh, Josephine was young. You were the oldest.
I was the oldest.
Right. Okay.
Josephine was born November the 8th, 1908.
Which is the same day, November the 8th, that Joe was born. Right.
She had a death picture. She wouldn't get her on her birthday. And Alice's birthday was July the 1st, 1911.
Good. Great. And what were they like as young people?
I don't know. Just ordinary young people.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Just average.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember any special or funny stories about them? Come on, give us the goodies.
I don't know. Josephine used to have a hobby every now and then. I remember one summer, her hobby was catching mice.
Oh, for goodness sake.
She had more fun setting mouse traps and then waiting to hear them snap, you know, and run. And Lucy Allen gave her name, Dinah Boone the Fur Trapper.
How old was Lucy at that time?
She was 3 years older than I was. We were kids. I guess she was probably about 17. She'd come down in the summer and stay all summer. We just had the best time. Well, look who's here.
Hi.
Hi, honey. Did you decide you could get up? Did you help him up yet?
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm glad y'all are doing this. I wanted to do it for a long time.
Can you tell me what life was like when you were very young and growing up?
Oh, it was more fun than a barrel of monkeys.
Good. How was it fun? What did you do that you remember that was most fun?
Uncle Will had 10 children. Not all of them were our ages, but we got together every day through the summer. The tenants usually had 4 or 5 kids. And we'd get together, and sometimes we'd play in our yard, and sometimes we'd play up the holly and the branch. Sometimes we'd play down the meadow on the haystack.
What fun.
And one time this drummer stopped at the store. Daddy was...
A drummer?
He was a salesman.
Salesman.
They go through twice a year in a big hack, and they bring their samples in trunks. And the merchants all along the little dirt roads all over the county, you know, would put in their orders for the half year's supply of merchandise. And this drummer from Roanoke, I guess, had hired a hack. Johnson's livery stable in Parisburg would rent out these big old hacks.
Mm.
They were for passengers. They'd have seats sort of like a streetcar.
Oh, I see.
That would hold 10 or 12 passengers and hook a team of horses, you see.
Yeah, right.
And this drummer stopped at the store one day and he said, "Mr. Miller, what orphanage is it around in this area?" And Dad scratched his head and he said, "Well, I don't know." And I never heard of any children's home anywhere in this area. He said, "Well, about a mile up the road here, we passed this big yard, and there was a great big old white collie and a big old brown shepherd dog, and said the yard was just alive with young ones." And said, I asked my driver if he knew of any children's home. He said he'd never heard of any. And Dad said, "Well, I think of it." He said, "Well, it was just about a mile up here, great big old long house, the plank fence all around the yard." And said these kids that were just, at that time we had a plank fence, whitewashed fence around the front and the back. Dad said, "Oh, that's just my yard, my young ones and my brother's young ones and my tenant's young ones." And said that goes on all summer when it's not raining or snowing.
What are some of your earliest memories?
I remember Daddy holding me upside down to put my handprint in the concrete for the
For
smokehouse
goodness sakes, we
when
did
they
that
were
with
building the
Chip
smokehouse.
on our walk. How about that? Wonder how old you were then.
I just barely can remember.
Probably about
And I remember when Bud was born,
Mm.
I was out in the backyard. I think I was sitting on the steps of the smokehouse, and Dad came flying along with a bucket of water and flying and a grin that wide and went on around the back, you know. And I said, "What's the matter, Dad?" He said, "Did you know you got a little brother?" And I went around. They wouldn't let me in the room. I sat on that bottom step there in the back hall.
You wanted to see him.
Sure.
Sure.
And they wouldn't let me in.
Oh, heavens.
He was tickled to death.
See, what did you look like when you were younger? That's kind of hard to describe, isn't it?
I looked sort of like a pony or something.
Okay. What were you like as a young child?
I'd be hard to say. I don't know.
Just a child, huh?
Just an average young one, I guess.
Serious? Always getting into trouble? Quiet? Sad? Happy? You were happy.
I was happy. But I was expected to set an example for the younger children.
Oldest child, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was preached to me from the time I can remember.
I
You're
see,
supposed
right.
to set an example for the younger children.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a nickname?
Well,
Been doing it ever since, too.
had plenty of practice.
Did you have a nickname?
Katie.
Katie. How much schooling did you have?
Well, I got through high school, but there weren't but 6 in the senior class.
Right.
That was the first class that graduated from the high school over there.
Right. And you were valedictorian, weren't you?
Oh, no.
No?
They couldn't go by grades. I had the highest average,
Had the highest
but
average.
they had to elect. No, Lucille Miller was valedictorian, and she had, I rate, the poorest grades in the class.
Oh, the valedictorian was elected.
Yeah, the
Not because of their
salutatorian and the
grades.
treasurer and
Oh.
all. They couldn't wait until after they took the exams because they wanted to get the invitations printed and the programs and everything.
Oh, I see. But today you would have been valedictorian.
Well, I got the medal. Poor little old Billy Baker just cried, and I was so sorry she didn't get it. I hated it so.
Oh,
I beat her by 3/10 of a point,
my word. Yeah.
and she was a good
That's
student.
real generous of you.
And I didn't want, and I lost the medal they gave me.
Oh, dear.
I lost it along down there in front of Aunt Alice's. I had this little old suitcase
Oh.
tied on the back of the car, and it fell off and tore all to pieces bouncing. And that medal was in it.
What was your favorite subject?
English, I believe.
Okay. And what subject did you hate?
Math.
Math. Did you have a favorite teacher?
Oh, I had several favorite teachers. I believe Ms. Irene Arhart from Richmond was my favorite. She taught 6th and 7th grades. But I liked all my teachers.
What was she like?
She was very vivacious, and she just made you want to be like she was. And she was interested in everything and everybody. And if we did our work real well and got through early, she'd read us novels, books, you know. She
I had
read
a
us.
teacher that did that.
I just loved it.
Yes, I did too.
She read us The Call of the Wild and Red Rock and Pilgrim's Progress.
My goodness.
And that motivated us to do our work, you know, so we could get through and have our
story.
reading.
Right. Pilgrim's Progress, that was a good choice.
Oh, yeah, and she read a lot of it. So there's some others by Thomas Nelson Page that I loved.
Did you work as a child?
We had little chores at home, washing dishes and ironing and sweeping the porch, and had that old brick walk to sweep every morning. Yeah, we were assigned jobs. If we didn't do it, it's just too bad.
What did you like doing most as a child?
Playing outside, I guess.
Yes, that's every child's favorite, isn't it?
Put corn stalks down on the ground, you know, after the cows would eat the fodder off, leave the stalks lay off stalls and stables, and we'd be the horses, and Bud and Ib would be the man and the woman. They'd feed us wild clover for hay.
Did you eat it?
Yeah,
the clover?
It's good. It's kind of
it
sour.
would be good. Is it sour?
A little bit sour. Yeah, it's good.
Uh-huh.
Use old baler twine for harnesses, you know. Take a stick and tie it on. And
that was very creative.
I'd haul Bud on my back and Mamie'd carry Ib on her back.
How about that?
That's the reason I'm so sway back, and she was too. I know, because we were just kids and carrying those kids around, galloping around.
Yes, right.
But that was fun.
Did you have a favorite pet or toy?
We had 22 cats at one time, and we each had...
22?
Dad got up one morning and said, "I'm just sick and tired every time I open the door to go out there. Old cat jumps. Old cat jumps in front of me."
How about favorite toy? Did you have a favorite toy?
My little player piano, I guess. I still have that little black one.
Yes.
I never was much to play dolls. Now, Alice just loved dolls. She had about 11 or 12.
My goodness.
She'd have school for them, and she'd load them up in that baby carriage and take them out to the ridge where there was a big ledge of rock, and there was just like a organ keyboard, and she'd seat them all on the rocks, you know, and play and sing. And then she'd have a lesson. She used to sew for them and dress them. She really played doll, but we were more, Mamie and I were more tomboyish.
Oh, right. What is the happiest memory in your childhood? When did it happen?
Oh, that's me. I can't say.
Okay. What beliefs or ideals do you think your parents tried to teach you to live your life?
I think the main one was loyalty and love and truth and
those are good ideas.
Industry, responsibility. If we had an assignment, we had to carry it out, or else we paid for it.
Who do you think influenced your life the most when you were young, and in what way?
I just don't know.
It's hard to say. Your parents, probably.
Yeah,
Right.
both of them.
Brothers and sisters, family.
They were different. Muddy was high-tempered, but she was very loyal to the family, you know. She'd stand up for any of us.
That sounds like Joe. He's very family-oriented.
Daddy was soft-spoken, and he hardly ever raised his voice.
Really?
And Muddy'd get on one of her tantrums. He'd just walk off and leave her, you know. She cooled up.
Time to take a breather.
Yeah, he never would argue with her. And all the Millers were that way, I think.
Have you known any great person in your life?
Well, not what I'd consider great.
Great, I haven't either. What were your teenage years like?
Oh, they were a lot of fun.
You used to have house parties, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, that was after I started teaching up here.
Oh, I see.
Let's see, how old was I? 21 or 2. That was past my teenage years.
What goals did you have as a young person, and what goals, if any, did your family have for you?
I don't think I had any.
Did they plan for you to go to college?
Yeah.
That was their idea.
And that was, you know, that was an accepted fact that you went to college. Of course, I didn't get that 2 years at Radford. But then I took extension courses along through the teaching years.
Good, And you studied teaching, education.
Education.
At Radford. What led you to choose teaching?
Well, I just liked my teachers. I wanted to be like them.
The ideal, right, of your teachers, right. What did you like most about teaching?
Just being with the kids. I think kids are so cute, and they're all so different, and yet, you know, there's right much sameness about them, but each one has its own little personality.
Children are great to be around. What did you like the least about teaching?
Having to be there at 8:30.
You should have been a nurse and have to be there at 7 a.m. I think that's bad. When did you start working, and what kinds of jobs were your first ones?
My first year of teaching, I had to lie a little bit about my age, because I wasn't 17 when I started. You had to be 18. But I taught a year, and then went back and got my normal professional certificate, you see.
How much money did you make?
I made the first year I taught was $65 a month, and they took out $265 each month for the retirement fund that we never got back. What's the matter, honey? Well, can't you sit down a little longer? Does your knee hurt? Look after the chickens, and I'd set the hens, you know, and take care of the little and they hatched out. And oh, that was so much fun, you know, they're so cute.
Oh my, yes.
And I was having real good luck with them. And one night, we had these little chicken coops in little A-shaped coops, like that.
I'm not familiar with
You've
that.
seen them. No. And I heard this awful racket, and the chickens were just having a fit. And I jumped out of bed and ran barefooted, and I went by the wood box on the back porch, you know, and grabbed a stick of stove wood and lit out to the poultry lot out there above the garden. About the time that I got there, got through the gate, this old polecat jumped out, and I whacked at him like that, and that thing sprayed, you know. And I don't know why I didn't get covered, but the only place that stuck was right there on that and I thought I would never get rid of that stench.
Oh my.
It was awful.
You were lucky.
But I killed him with that stuff.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he got his spraying in before I got
Before you got to him.
And I thought I would never. I scrubbed, and I used lye soap, and I even got some wood ashes and scrubbed that spot right there. You could smell it for days. Then it finally left.
Life in the country is not like life in the city, is it?
It's not.
When did you first meet your husband?
I don't remember. It was along in the 30s. I stopped by to get the mail at the post office after school. And he came in to check his mailbox. And I knew who he was. I don't know whether I lived with Dot and Sid Shell around on Shenley Avenue, where the Shoemates lived.
Shoemates,
And they were living up there where Suda Davidson lives.
Right,
And he said, Miss Miller, if you were going around my way, he said, I'm going home now. I'll be glad to ride you around.
Well, wasn't that nice?
I said, well, I live on Shenley Avenue. That's real nice of you. And so that's why we
You
used to-
accepted it, right?
Joe said I was a pickup.
In a small town, it's not a
You
pickup
thought all
though.
this time.
You
that
knew
was an
him.
accident, didn't
You knew
Yeah.
him.
He set that up.
Did he play in that?
I think so.
In that
Or
song?
did he ever
wanted to
tell
meet
you?
you.
He told you that, Joe?
You know,
He did.
That he planned it. How
He was
about
quiet,
that?
but he wasn't dumb.
What was he like when you first met
I do
him?
know a lot
just
of
like
men
he was just like he was all his life. Very courtly and gentlemanly,
Yes, he
quiet,
was
soft
courtly.
spoken.
Right. Peaceful. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't anything loud spoken or high ideals.
Mm-hmm.
Christian.
Mm-hmm. Christian. Right.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore, I don't believe.
What was your courting like?
It was real sweet.
How soon after meeting did you marry?
We were married in 42. I guess we were together about 5 years.
5 years.
We see the war was going on,
Right.
and he was taking care of his mother and Cynthia too.
Right.
And business was during the Depression,
It was during the Depression.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and we just kept putting it off.
Yeah, I think that affected a lot of
He
marriage
was
plans.
42 when we were married.
And you were how old?
He didn't tell me until we became engaged, and he said he felt like that I was under the wrong impression. He said, how old do you think I am? And I said, well, I don't know. Just to look at you, I'd say you were between 38 and 39. And he said, no, I'm 42.
42. And you were how old
He was 7 years
when you were
older.
married? You were 7 years older.
I was 35.
35.
Wait a minute. No, it was what, 7, 12. Yeah, it was 35.
Yeah, that's right. Uh-huh. What was life like in the early days of your marriage?
Well, it wasn't very exciting. We lived in that old cold house up there, and it froze to death that winter.
What house was that?
The house suit in
That
Virginia.
same house. Uh-huh.
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 All the heat they had was that big old register in the hall.
Oh, I
And
see.
the bedrooms were so cold,
my.
and the dining room was so cold.
Mhm.
Mama had that big old majestic coal range in the kitchen,
Mhm. Mhm.
and we sat around in there at night to keep warm. There just wasn't enough heat out of that register on real cold nights.
Right. Getting awfully cold in Bluefield, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It was an old frame house, too.
When did you have children?
I had Joe on November the 8th, 1943, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. In Parisburg.
Yeah. And John came in July the 18th, 1945.
Did anything unusual happen at the births?
No. Never heard of it.
Didn't you say that when Joe was born that Uncle Maury talked politics with somebody else? While you and Aunt Lucille did all the work?
Yeah.
While
Dr.
you did all the
Williams,
work.
Dr. Williams and Aunt Lucille held my hands. And
Bless her heart. Yeah. Right.
Mm.
Who was each child named after?
Well, he was named for my daddy
Mm-hmm.
and his daddy,
That's Joe. His name
Joseph
for
Whalen.
your father. Uh-huh.
And John was named for Whalen's daddy. And
Oh,
Muddy's
yes, I never knew that. Uh-huh.
John
John
M.
Milton
Newton.
Newton.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And Muddy's maiden name.
Pollard.
Miller was
Okay.
so common that I didn't much want it.
I agree. I think you made a good choice. What were the children like? How did they differ from one another?
Oh, I don't like to say. I don't think
We
they
really
were.
shouldn't be here when you ask her those, because, she doesn't want to really say.
Okay, all right. When you think back to the children when they were very young, what stories come to mind about them?
John was always afraid he'd be fat, and he wouldn't drink milk because milk makes you fat, and I don't want to be fat.
And he didn't. It must have worked. He didn't turn out to be
I
fat.
used to come home and compare report cards, too.
Ah, right. How did the children change your life?
I made more work, but it was nice work.
It was worth
I
it.
enjoyed it. It was worth it.
Good. Great. What values did you try to impart to the children? Religious, moral, social, or other?
Well, we tried to give them a well-rounded. I mean, we didn't go overboard and push them or anything. They just went along at their own gait, as far as I could tell. They both did real well in school, and we never had to go up and get them out of squabbles and trouble at school. Never were summons to the teacher, the principal's office for a conference or anything. I was thankful for that.
That's good. They were good kids, weren't they? Looking back, what do you think has been the happiest time in your life?
Right now.
Right now? That's wonderful. That's tremendous.
Well, I was happy. We had 30 years of happiness before Waylon was taken. But you see, I got sick along in the late 50s after Bud committed suicide. I think that triggered my
Terribly
trouble.
difficult time.
And I just can't ever get over that.
But that's over now, and you're happy again.
Yeah,
And
and
that's good.
I'm so thankful that I'm able to do what I've been doing. And I have you all,
Bless you.
and you and Janie, and the 3 grandchildren. And I have my little garden, and my little dog,
There you go.
and my little home.
There you go. Good.
And I like the church and the class. I don't participate in community activities and symphony concerts and all that, but I'm not.
But you keep very busy with your garden.
I try to keep active. That's what the doctor told me to do.
Do you think there was a turning point in your life?
You know, I don't think so.
I can't think of one. Right.
I think I know that the Lord has been with me through these 20, 25 years of that awful depression that I went through.
How did you overcome that?
I quit taking all that medicine.
You think that had caused it?
I don't know that it caused it, but I just wasn't getting any better. And I just prayed for hours that the Lord would either take me home or heal my mind.
Well, don't you think a lot of that, though, was your lack of thyroid, that you'd had your
Well,
thyroid
it may have
taken out?
been after Dr. Taylor put me on the thyroid. I certainly have.
Had more
But then
energy.
I took a turn for the better before I ever went to Dr. Taylor. And I think going over home those summers after Mamie died, just being with my old memories there, and
the happy memories of your childhood. Right.
and nothing to push me. I just took each day and did what I wanted to do. If I didn't feel like doing it, I didn't do it.
Good.
Stayed
Right.
outside most of the time and worked and raised a garden and canned and froze and just had a good time.
Right. That's the way. If you were to give advice to me or my children today, or even to the children to come in our family's future generations, what would it be?
That's a hard question.
Okay, well, how about this one? What have you learned from life?
Just try to forget yourself and think of other people.
It takes effort, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What has been your biggest surprise in life?
You see, if I could take that book and study these things, I might be able to learn some better.
Well, try this one then. Some of these may not apply. These are sort of general questions, and it may not, apply to your life. How do you think is the best way to conduct our lives?
Well, I think you have to have faith.
Right. Faith in what?
Faith in God and your fellow man. And think positively.
Ah, yes.
You have to think you're feeling good whether you feel good or not.
Okay. What activities do you enjoy most? I think you've already touched on that.
Working on gardening,
Right.
working outside.
What is the most wonderful place you visited?
Mercy. Oh, I don't know, Carol.
You know,
We went to, I've been to Kansas City, and we went to
I've
the
been to
art
Kansas
galleries,
City.
huh?
I didn't know you'd been to Kansas City.
Yeah, Emily Poston and I spent 3 weeks out there one summer visiting
Oh,
Old and Carlisle Peters.
Great.
They took us down to the World's Fair at Fort Worth and Dallas. Spent 3 days there.
What year was that?
It was
Dallas.
in the 30s. It
In the
was
30s,
not too long before we were married. Not long after Old was married. I think in about 31 or no, she must have been married about 33 or 34. We must have gone out there about 35.
What's your favorite time of year or holiday?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. That's okay.
All right, most people would say Christmas.
Well, no, you
But
pick
I
your
don't know
own.
whether Christmas is mine or not. It just depends on what I'm doing.
Sure, I guess that's right. Looking ahead, what do you want to accomplish in life?
I just like to keep my home and take care of myself as long as I can, but now that I'm going blind, I don't know how long that'll be.
Being independent is an important thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. If you had your life to do over again, what would you do differently?
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably try to go on to school and get my 4 years of college, but at the time, we just didn't have the money to.
It took
I
money,
did
didn't it?
well. Al's the only one that got her 4 years.
She
and
got
Amy and
4
I
years.
helped her get through there.
Good.
I had to borrow the
And
money.
you helped her get through.
Yeah.
Bless your
Maybe
heart.
did too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My second year, I borrowed $350 from the Bank of Dublin.
Wow.
And I got through that
Mm-hmm.
$350 for the whole 9
That was
months.
enough for the whole 9 months. Oh,
Yes,
my
sir,
word.
and that covered my books too.
Ah,
Tuition and books and
gracious.
board.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, and I got it all paid back the first year I taught over home.
This was a depression time, wasn't it?
No,
Or was it
it was
before
just,
the depression?
it was before the depression
before.
started.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I finished in 23, and then I went to Radford 23 and 24. Then I taught 24 and 25, and went back to Radford 25 and 26, you see, so it was before the depression.
I see, right.
But money was scarce.
Sure. Right, well, you did quite well. Is there anything you'd like to add?
But this,
Thank you for sharing these memories with us.
well, you're welcome to. The poor quality, though, I'm ashamed that I'm no more knowledgeable about my life than I am.
You've done a fine job. We surely do appreciate it.